this section of the video, we'll be talking about dilations in the coordinate plane. In this image here, point P has coordinates x and y, and that is a pre-image of a point under a dilation centered at the origin with a scale factor of k. Then the point of P prime is the scale factor of k times the coordinate of x and also times the coordinate of y. In this example problem, we need to dilate the triangle with a scale factor of a -2 centered at the origin. The dilation of the points x, y would be a -2 times x and also a -2 times y. So for point A, we would do a -2 times a -1 for point x and also a -2 times a 1 for point y. And that would equal to A prime, which would be 2, -2. To show another example, we would do point B. That would be a -2 times a -2 for point x, and then also a -2 times a -1 for point y. And that will give us B prime, which would be 4, 2. After you have dilated all of your coordinates and graphed it, this is what it would look like.
Translation is moving a shape without rotating or flipping it. The shape still looks exactly the same, just in a different position. So you're basically sliding the shape. So in question 1, you can see I have moved the x in the -2 direction to get this. And in question 2, you can see I have moved the y in the -3 direction to get this shape. In question 3, I'm going to move the shape in the x direction by -4. So 4 minus 4 equals 0. 2 minus 4 equals -2. And 5 minus 4 equals 1. So I would translate it all the way over there. So 5 would go all the way to the 1. The 2 would go all the way to the -2. And the 4 would go all the way to 0. And you would get this shape right here. See? So you're basically sliding it.
A rotation is a transformation about a point P, called the center of rotation, such that each point in its image are the same distance from P, and such that all angles with vertex P formed by a point in its image are congruent. In the figure, angle APA is the angle of rotation. In this example, triangle ABC is the pre-image that we're going to rotate. In order to rotate the pre-image, you have to flip the x and the y and make the y become negative. For example, point A, the pre-image, would be 2, -1. So to rotate that, we would flip the x and the y and make the y negative. But since the -1 is already negative, it would become a positive. So A prime would be 1, 2, and that would be A. I went ahead and did point B and C. So for point B, it would be -1 and 4, and the reason for that is because you would switch the 4 and the 1, and it would become then 1 and 4, and you would want to make the y negative, so your end point would be -1 and 4. And you would just do the same thing for point C, and just flip them and make the y negative, and that's how you rotate.
Hey guys, today I'm going to tell you how to reflect a figure over the x and y axis. A reflection is a transformation across a line called the line of reflection, so that the line of reflection is a perpendicular bisector of each segment, joining each point and its image. Okay guys, I'm going to show you how to reflect this image over the x-axis. Okay, a simple trick to reflect a figure over the x-axis and y-axis is to just count the points from the axis. Example, point B is located at 2, 2, and you would just count 2 down to hit the x-axis. Then you would count 2 below to get to point B. It's the same for point C and point A. Point C, you would count 7 to hit the x-axis and then go down 7, and you would reach point C. And then for point A, you would just count 2 to go to the x-axis and go 2 more down to go there. And that's how you reflect an image over the x-axis.